Hey, we are live now.
Bam!
Yes.
What up, y'all? Welcome to the Chondro Bar Room on YouTube now.
Hey,
It took a
there
while
we
to get
go.
here, but we here now. What's up, man? I want to hear from everybody in the chat room if they can hear us and everything. We coming in clear and everything.
Everybody
They can
good?
see
What's
us.
up?
Yeah.
I just see everybody sucking off Tuck. I hate
We got
Tuck.
we got we got a bunch of people up in here. Randy, Tucker, let's go.
It says we live. Can
I don't know
anybody
how to
in
make
the
it.
chat room can y'all see us and everything?
Randy,
I'm
what's going
actually
on,
watching
man?
it. I can see you. We're live.
I
We're
see
live.
Earl
Look
Exotic.
at
Okay.
What's
this.
up,
Look at
bro?
this. I'm actually watching it on my fucking computer screen.
Tuck, what up, Tuck?
We're
Steven,
good.
see everybody up in here. 1776, what's going on?
What up, everybody?
What's going on?
Chaffee Exotics. What's
We
up,
got
man?
Mikey. We got John Jones.
What's up, John?
We got
Everybody
stupid
popping in.
ass Tuck. We got cousin Earls. We got Tradesman Exotics
Sandusky, shout out
1776.
to Sandusky. That's our sponsor. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing changed. Still our
Speaking of
sponsor.
our sponsor, hey, we're gonna get it up. We got banners for the boy.
Sandusky Serpents, let's
Yes.
go.
It's on a ticket.
Bro.
It's on a ticket. Where the fuck
I
is
got
crazy
them
ass
Halo
Marlon?
purchase and color changing chameleon purchase he makes, dog. Look at that.
Yeah, I got some of those from him a
Oh
few
my
weeks
god,
ago.
bro. I'm
Those
in
are
They
love.
are
sick.
nice.
Those are
They
sick.
are nice. Yeah,
Bro,
your box is
green,
coming, Brian.
purple.
Cool. Cool.
So I got
Love it,
mine in
bro.
today, too. I got the red and black joints
Oh,
Ooh, you
in.
got that red one?
Oh
he's
shit.
got that Iron Man perk,
Oh,
dog. Oh,
Oh
Keto,
man.
what?
You
That
see
shit is
mine?
nice.
that's
It's,
fire right
Yes.
there.
Do
it's the
not, bro.
paper.
No,
Hey
no,
man.
no. Keto, you better start going back and forth. But no. Let me see that again. Is that two-tone black and red? Like that's Iron Man shit.
It's like two-tone black and red. No, it ain't
Yes.
Iron Man. It definitely ain't Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? But it's to
That's
me,
sweet.
That's
you
nice.
know, we're gonna talk.
Look
We'll
at
talk
this
about
shit,
it.
bro. Look at these fucking things.
I know those are nice.
Yes.
For the probe cords and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He's a genius. Look at this shit. Screws
Yes,
off.
I got the
You
Oh
got the
water.
man.
water dish holder
You got the
too?
water dish holder.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
That
Sponsor hooked us up with
looks
all kinds of goodies, bro. Look at these things.
so much better than the ones I have from the other guy. Anyway, let's get this show on the road.
One of mine's,
No,
you know what
show
I'm
it.
saying? Hey, no, look,
Oh
what
shit.
we should do is like, for the first 10 minutes, we just, do that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I got these right here. We
Oh,
got the,
is that gold or
they all
bronze?
red, but this purchase set got the water ball holder. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So you just drop that thing up and all like that. Shout
We
out
got
to our
black and blue
sponsor.
coming. Hey, you know I'm getting that. I'm not. You know I'm getting a set of those black and blues.
Yo, he hooked it up too with Chill Conjures colors. What is up?
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Dude.
He got you some more of those.
Definitely
Yeah, man.
shout out to Inner Box 3D.
Hell
Yeah, man.
yeah. Chris hooked it up, bro.
Shout out to Chris.
Yo, check out what this genius made too. Ready for this? He made corner perch holders for the 12 by 8 by 18 cambers.
Oh.
And listen, shout out to you for having a
It
new
goes
baby
right in
girl.
the
Hey,
corners
shout
and
out to
attaches to your
Mel.
perch.
Those are
The
nice.
18 by 12 by 9 cambers. That's what it is. But yeah, these click right into the corners and the perch slides right into there.
Okay.
Legit.
What happened to Brian?
Where'd he go?
No,
I
There
don't
we
know.
go. There we go. That was my
There
bad.
he
That
is.
was
What
my
happened?
bad. I was hitting buttons and shit. I was hitting buttons. That's on me.
He was there,
There you
then he
go,
wasn't
Brian.
there.
Brian, check these out.
hey, shout out
Yeah,
to our chat room, man. The chat
that's a
room
little
is
perch holder.
really,
That's
man.
for the cambros, the smaller cambros that go in
Oh,
like
so
the
that
hanger.
it sits in the corners?
Yeah, it sits in the corners and it holds the
Yeah.
I think CPVC.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mikey Marks
Legit,
for
man.
sending me pictures while I'm on live. Good job, Mikey. You done an outstanding job, Mike. You in the comments and sending me pictures.
All right, so tonight's guest is he's
But
been a
yeah, go ahead. My fault.
tonight's guest. We got Brian Latimer.
Hey,
He's been watching the show for a while. We've been
I
hearing
tried
Brian
to.
Latimer's name for a minute now. And you know, hey, no, you're doing it big, and we've got to talk to you. The person that would better give you a better introduction is somebody that talks to you all the time, and that's Chuck because Chuck is your number one fan.
Chuck.
So we're gonna let Chuck give you a proper introduction.
Hey, thanks, Chuck.
Yeah, where is Country Boy?
Brian Latimer of, I never could say your name right, but Lucky
Latimer.
Leviathan.
Probably.
Latimer
I'm probably not
and
gonna
Lucky
change it.
Leviathans.
No.
But y'all want to see me in
Yeah, I
landscape
could
mode?
never say your business name right. Leviathan.
Leviathan, yeah.
Leviathan. So what is that?
It's
Exactly.
like an ancient mythical serpent, right? Like a sea serpent.
It's in the
right?
Bible. How you a fake ass
Greek
Christian, Chuck?
mythology.
What are you talking about? Fake ass. I'm wearing a Wolf of Wall Street shirt and some sunglasses and a hat at 10 o'clock at night here on the East Coast. He's talking about fake ass Christian. I don't know what you're talking about. You confused me now. Can we go back to the show?
Go back to the show.
What is going on right now?
I don't know, man. I think I got to.
Did you ever read the Bible and see the Leviathan?
Brian, how do you pronounce your last name?
No, I have
not.
not.
Start drinking. It'll get better.
It's Latimer, Keno. Latimer.
Latimer, okay.
Yeah. I get a lot of different things. Latimer, Latimer. I get the Latimer. People think I'm French and shit.
Latimer.
Like I make watches or something.
Shut up.
I thought.
Go ahead, Travis.
I thought Latimer was French.
It might be. I don't even know my own heritage, bro. I got to get that ancestry DNA, figure that shit out.
I thought Latimer was French.
It might be. Yeah.
I thought it was.
But man, look, thanks for pulling up to the Chondro room.
I'm just a dude from Ohio.
Toledo, Ohio. That's where I'm at.
All right, so let's get into it.
Yeah, man. So look, so we're gonna start off, man. Where it come from? Where you get the love, the passion for reptiles from?
Oh shit, man. Fuck, just like everybody else. I had garter snakes when I was 5 years old, 6 years old. And then about high school, me and my buddy Sammy Mardini, we got into snakes pretty hard. We had some 13-foot Burmese pythons. I worked at the pet store. I worked at the Toledo Zoo. So we had shit. I had all kind of animals. And I kind of settled into the Morelia, the genus Morelia, chondros, carpets, and all that stuff. And that's kind of like what I focus on now. And I got my first chondro in like 2006, 2005, 2006. And that was Gem. Gem was my first chondro. So we're going on like almost 20 years of keeping chondros now.
Because Gem was an adult when you got her, or
she was like a yearling, and she was green. Everybody asks me, was she blue when you got her? No, she wasn't. She was green, and she grew up and shit. She's been through so much with me, man, so much.
Okay.
That was your main girl.
Yeah, Gem's the main.
Green tree?
Yeah, Gem was my first green tree python, and she's the first green tree python I bred, and I've gotten 2 clutches from her now, and it's just been, without her, I mean, all credit to Gem because it's all her. Like I wouldn't be Lucky Leviathans if it wasn't for her. So all credit to Gem. It's all Gem. She gets the hype. She's blue as fuck, and I love her. I love her to death. She's been with me through, different houses, different relationships.
How'd you start caring for her? So this was your first green tree. Where'd you get her from? Was it like an impulse buy? Did you have it set up?
It definitely wasn't impulse buy. I was looking for a chondro, and I picked her up. This is a crazy story. I picked her up at the Columbus, Ohio, All Ohio Reptile Show, right? And me and my buddy go to Columbus, and there's no chondros there. So we ask around, and we're talking to some of the vendors, and turns out one of the vendors knows Greg Maxwell, because Greg Maxwell was living in Dayton, Ohio at the time. And so Greg Maxwell drives up to the show. He's about a half hour away. We wait about an hour for him, and he brings this chondro, and it's like an Aru Aru cross, and I buy her for $250, unsexed. She was unsexed. She was like a yearling, and $250. I bought her, and I stick her in a glass cage with a screen top and a fucking heat light. you know, you know. And I'm like 20 years old, man. I just got out of high school, 20 years old. I got my first apartment. I got my first chondro. I'm living large. It was awesome. It was awesome.
So, yeah.
And so yeah, like I can't prove it because I don't have her cards, right? I was just a kid. I didn't keep her papers and her cards and stuff when I bought her. And but she's from Greg Maxwell. She's like a 2003 or a 2004 Greg Maxwell animal.
Okay. Damn,
So I don't know what the lineage is. She's definitely got some Aru blood in her. She was definitely a yellow neonate, but that's about all I can tell you.
So then, how many more did you get? When was your next one after her?
The next one after her, it was a long time. It was a long time.
How long did it take you for you to get it? For you to feel like you had everything dialed in with her?
15 years. 15. It was like 15 years until I got another chondro. Yeah. It was about 2018, 2019. I started really getting into it in about 2019. And that's when I had like my first pairing. And 2020, I hatched my first clutch. And, it was all over then. I sold some of the babies and flipped that money around. And I bought, I got like 25 chondros now. So we've been trying to stack them up, but it's been a fucking journey. It's been a journey. And
so the second chondro was the male you bear her to?
Yes, yeah, that was the second chondro I got, Captain Jack. Yeah, who I purchased from Michael Holly. I don't know if you know him.
Hollywood.
Hollywood chondros. Yep. And I bought him as a miso Aru who came in through Bushmaster, and Harlan Wall established that animal and sold it to Mike Holly, and then I got it from Mike Holly that way. And he couldn't get him to breed. Mike Holly couldn't get the Captain Jack to breed, but I put him with Jam, and the rest is history.
That's crazy because Michael Holly had a clutch on his own too. It had some insanity bloodline genetics in it.
Yeah. Mike Holly was like pretty big in the game. 2016, 17, 18. I think he's out of the game right now. I haven't heard a whole lot about him.
I think he's hiding.
He's hiding. He did some shady stuff.
Yeah. We won't need to talk about Mike Holly, but yeah, you already know.
Yeah. Which kind of leads me into my question. If you want to go in order, I was going to ask you just to tell everyone. I mean, I already know, but your husbandry, how you keep everything that you're not going to breed, and then bring us from preparing a breed, cycling a breed, incubation of the eggs, right, and then also, up to feeding the neos. If you want to go, if you want to start with just regular husbandry, just for anyone who just wants to be a keeper, it's going to watch this.
I keep my chondros clean, sterile, no bioactive. I've been there, done that. I killed snakes. It's not good. Don't do it. Paper towel, puppy pads, radiant heat panels, heat tape, that type of thing. I don't mess around with heat bulbs on my chondros anymore, or screen tops or glass cages. None of that stuff. I prefer tubs. I prefer sterile. And it's just better for the snake. It's just better for me. It's better for the snake. It's just better, The snake is gonna shit in that dirt and that wood chips, and you're not gonna clean out every speck of those wood chips. So what the hell is the point of having the dirt? When my snake shits, I clean out that paper towel. You just clean it out. Get a new one, fresh, clean all the time.
Shout out to Marlon.
Shout out to Marlon. Marlon's been a day one Lucky Leviathan's bro since the beginning. Shout out to Marlon.
What's up, Jaffe?
Congratulations, Jaffe. Welcome to the miserable world of keeping chondros.
Marlon did our logo and everything. So in case y'all don't know, check out Marlon, man. He does great work.
Marlon
Yeah,
put
For the most
Marlon
part,
has
like
a
some
a sick ass
ass little
clutch of
dudes
ball
without them.
pythons.
man. He put his foot in that
Yeah.
last week.
So, but yeah, I like the PVCs. I like tubs. I mean, you can see some of my PVCs right there, the little ones. I got some little ones, and then I keep my babies in a sea serpents hatchling rack,
I appreciate you.
and I got the sea serpents incubator as well, which is I swear by the incubator. It's a great incubator. Everybody should get one.
Oh, incubator. So how you set it up and which size you got?
I got one. I'm switching it out.
You
And what
just
do
would
you
got sea serpents.
do for your egg boxes?
Well,
Hold
you
on,
know
hold
what?
on. Too many questions. What are we doing
Too
first?
many questions. All right, we'll get there. We'll get there, Kino. We'll get there. So let's go to like food cycling, right? So I food cycle first before I start temp cycling. So I'll start kind of like weaning the males off food, and I'll start giving the females more food, smaller meals, but more often, like a large mouse, jumbo mouse, you know, and like once every 7 days, every 6, 7 days. And of course, if you don't see a bowel movement in about 2 or 3 feedings, wait for that bowel movement. You don't want to overfeed, and that kind of triggers your females into thinking that there's a lot of available prey. Right? There's a lot of available prey. They can gorge. They have the resources to produce the eggs. They got the nutrients, the calcium. And so that kind of triggers follicle development in the females. And like Chuck, we've talked about it a few times. Socrates has proven this time and time again, and others, like in your episode with Patrick. Patrick was also talking about this, that chondros, you can pair and be successful with chondros and hatch a clutch just about every month of the year. It doesn't really have to be that fall season that is traditional with breeding snakes, fall, winter, you know what I mean? So you can, if you do your cycling right, your temperature cycling and your food cycling right, you can make it happen pretty much any time of year. And so temp cycling, I do all year round. I do a steady night drop, really consistent. I run 84 during the day. I like 84, 85 hot spot at the perch level during the day. And then I'll drop it down to 78 at night. And that's all year round on all my chondros. Babies too. I temp cycle my babies too. And
I believe that all of us keep it that way, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know about Travis, but I think Travis does night drop year round as well.
Yeah,
I do. I do 83 during the day and 78 at night.
Yeah, I do 83 and 78. 12 and 12.
Yep, 12 cycle. And my lights are normally on a 12 cycle too, but I got them still on now for this. But,
Man, this audio is amazing, man.
It is. It's a lot less choppy than Instagram for sure.
It's going to be harder to break YouTube. We broke Instagram. I don't know if we're going to break YouTube.
Yeah. So with the temp cycling, I'll do, like, if I want to start pairing up animals, you got to think about like a month, 2 months, like 2 months in advance, so you want to start temp cycling. You already are been food cycling already, right? You're food cycling already. Things are going good. Your male is starting to cruise a little bit, right? He's looking for food. He's kind of hungry. He's starting to cruise around the cage. And then you're kind of on the right track. That's like your first hurdle. Once you get your male cruising and your female's getting fat, you're on the right track. And then the temp cycling, I might drop my males a little bit more down to like 75, 76, and I'll still offer that 84, 83, 84 during the day. And the males they're cruising, and it's been about 2 months now in the timeline. And you're gonna pair your animals up, right? So a lot of people say, put the male in with the female. I totally agree. But what I like to do is I like to get both animals out, both the female and the male, get them out of the enclosure. I got a snake tree that I put them both in, and they can go around. They can like work out some stress. They're climbing and whatever, about 20 minutes, and then I'll put them back in, and I put them back in at the same time. The female and then the male, boom, boom. I put them both in, and they it kind of just works out. I know, Chuck, that you had you had an incident recently where you had a male your male got attacked by a female.
Yeah.
that's
It's the second time that fucking poor guy's got attacked by a female from a feeding response.
damn. Yeah,
He's
that's
into big girls
you don't
too.
want that. You don't want that shit. So I pull them
He
both
likes
out.
big girls. They screw him
I
up.
kind of let them get acquainted with each other, in a more open environment, right, where it's not like a defensive. The
Travis
female
do
could be
something
defensive.
Sometimes I see
Yeah.
Travis in the background. I've been talking to him on Facebook, and Travis got the snakes on the back of his truck on the tree. Something similar to what you got, and he just like, man, what's going on
Yeah.
back there?
Yeah, so I'll let them play around on the back of the truck for a while, but I'll take them both. Like I get the cage open, and I
Yeah.
get one snake in one hand, and then
Yep.
the other snake in the other hand, and I put them both on the floor. And they seem like they're so anxious to get the fuck away from me, they
Yeah.
climb up together.
Yep. Yep. And they're not, you don't have either snake worrying about territory or being defensive or striking at the other snake as you're introducing it, because you don't want any of that. So I like to get them both out at the same time, and then so most of the time you get locks, pretty quick doing it that way, especially if you got like a low pressure system coming through your area, storms, thunderstorms. That's a great time to pair your snakes up. Yeah, I got some storms coming in like the Saturday, Sunday this week in the Northeast, and I'm about to pair my chondros up probably Friday night, and then hopefully Saturday, Sunday we get some action. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. So I've been cycling my stuff for a little over a month now, and I'm gonna try and time it with this storm, and hopefully have some luck with some pairings that I've failed with in the past years. The high white arus, and then and juniper. I know you love juniper, Chuck. That solid stripe sarong animal. So we're gonna try and make some stripes. I'm trying to make some striped ass chondros over here. I'm trying, man.
I got that one coming from Patrick that I haven't showed anybody yet. It's a very nice yellow neonate.
Well, I know Trav just hatched out an awesome ass striped animal. I asked him about it. He's like, "Nah, bro."
Hey man, there's another one. I don't think anybody's really seen yet, and I'm pretty sure Keno hasn't seen this one yet. But like it started eating, and it's got a really nice pattern. Mowgli done showed up.
Show it off. Yeah.
I'll go get in a little bit. I'll show it off. But yeah, I got one that looks really nice. And I'm just like, I didn't see you until you started eating.
This is the whole back?
It'll probably be a whole back.
No, I'm saying this is the whole back.
No, it's not the whole back.
I sold my whole back. I kept one, but I sold the best one of my clutch. I sold Keno's favorite.
Yeah, I can't do it. Hey man, thank y'all for the birthday wishes, K-Zotics and Didi.
Yeah, happy birthday, Trav.
Hey man, thank y'all. I'm getting old
happy
shit,
birthday.
man.
Up, pimp birthday. Happy birthday, Trav. Toast to you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so
yeah. Cheers, buddy.
Strong, baby.
Thank y'all.
So Brian, we had a question from Tradesman Exotics. I don't know if everybody wants to answer this, but ambient room temperature.
Everybody answer it.
My ambient room temperature right now is hot as fuck, bro. I'll tell you. I'll show you what it is in here. I'll show you what it is. Can you guys see that? Hold up. 76.5 up in this bitch. Yeah. I'm sweating in this hoodie right now.
Yeah, man. I keep my room at like 77, 78.
Yeah, it's 76.5 in here. I got my air conditioner on. It was so hot today.
Yeah, I got a mini split in my room, so I virtually got to turn it off at certain points. But like, once it gets to be 79, I just let it chill.
Yeah. It's usually not this warm in here right now because I got lights on still. Let me shut some of these lights off.
Yeah, mine depends on the temperature. Believe it or not,
every Tuesday
outside, it's hotter in the room because I got the best HVAC going into that room. But when it's hot because I got two windows where the sun hits it in the morning and in the afternoon. So I just ordered this new ceramic tint. It's like a clear tint that's ceramic and it blocks all infrared heat, so I'm going to put it on the windows, and apparently it doesn't allow any radiant heat to come through, so it won't heat up my dark blackout curtains that I have. So that should help control like the sun getting through. But it's tough this time of the year when it's 80 during the day and like sometimes it drops to 30 at night.
Yeah.
I cover up the vent when it's really, really cold out because the heat kicks ass in there.
My vent's covered up in this room also. I got the vent totally blocked off and covered.
Yeah. So every
I
now and then
I mashed a bunch of rags and shit down in there.
Yeah. I got a comforter with a fucking suitcase on top.
Yeah. I don't. My incubator is right next to the vent too, so I was like, man, I'm covering this. I don't want any cool air or hot air blowing on my incubator. No.
Yeah.
We got another question from Jeffy's.
Ambience.
What up, Chucky?
Jeff is talking about humidity.
Go with temperature. Keenest to go with temperature.
Humidity is a big issue. Let's talk about humidity a second. Everybody thinks that these snakes live in a fucking rainforest, and yeah, they do, but they don't live in a box in 100% humidity in the rainforest. They're living up in the canopy. You know, they got a breeze. They got air movement. It rains, it dries. It rains, it dries. So it's so important to like let your chondros dry out. You have to let them dry out. If you keep them constantly wet, you're going to have problems, especially in a bioactive enclosure. You're going to have major problems. So,
oh yeah,
I do spray my snakes. I try not to spray them directly, but I spray my enclosures, especially like the winter time when I got my heat on. I spray them, maybe every other day, and then I let the pads dry out. If I see no condensation on the glass or on the tubs, then they're due for a spray. But if they got a little bit of condensation around where the water bowl's at, I leave it. 60% humidity, 50-60%. I spray it. It jumps up to 100, and then over the course of like 48 hours, it drops back down. And you definitely want to let them dry out. You don't want to just keep them at 100% all the time. Now, babies are a little bit different. You kind of want your babies to be high humidity, saturated paper towels. Some people keep them just over water. Socrates keeps his babies over water. A lot of breeders too. Yeah,
I keep mine out.
I keep mine on paper towel, wet, damp paper towel. But water is.
I don't even measure my humidity.
Yeah, I don't really either. I don't have a single
it.
hygrometer in this room. I don't have a hygrometer in this room at all.
Yeah, I when it rains, I think the most important thing this guy is big water possible. I think for the water and good ventilation.
You're chopping up, Chuck. I can barely hear you.
Yeah, Chuck, it sounds really choppy.
Can you hear me?
No, it's your headset dying, bro. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
It's like click, 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 click. You guys hear that, right?
Yeah, it sounds like somebody's typing.
Yeah, I do.
Is it for now?
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Is it shit?
I think it's you, Chuck.
Chuck, I think it's you.
Oh,
Yep, that fixed it. It's fixed.
That fixed it.
It was you. Your earbuds are dying, bro. You gotta charge those fuckers.
Yeah. There's something going on with your earbuds.
Yeah, my adults, man, I only spray them when I see them go blue. The week they go blue, I'll spray them.
Yeah.
I don't worry about it.
There's a lot of ways to do it. I like to spray them at this time of year if I see them drying out.
To yearlings though, definitely, I'll say definitely where I'm at in the winter, in the Midwest, you got to spray them more during the winter.
Yeah, you're not that far from me, Keno. You're about 3-4 hours away from me. We about the same kind of weather. Yeah, we got the same kind of weather.
We got them dry ass winters, and we gotta have the heat running, and so definitely the humidity goes up a little bit more. But in the winter, what I do is I'll just pour the water out on a puppy pad. Let the humidity get up in there. Yeah.
I spray the puppy pad down.
I noticed the imports really like the humidity higher, I think, than captive bred animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The imports are a whole separate thing from captive bred animals. You kind of got to treat an import a little bit different, especially your import males. Your import males
Oh
are
my
going to do
God,
all
dude.
kind of weird shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost more than my fair share of imported
Yeah,
eggs.
I had
A lot.
two import males this winter that went off food, and they gave me all kind of stress. Man, they were off food for like 4 months, all kind of stress,
I
and
got an
they just
import male over here that's doing quite well.
yeah. Mine just turned back on.
There's a stressful event, until there's one
Yeah,
stressful event, and then they just tailspin.
Yeah,
yeah,
he starts.
downward spiral.
My
Dude, it's like you're doing great, and done.
Yeah.
that boy he's eating throughout breeding season and everything. He ain't stopped rolling.
Yeah,
That's legit, bro.
my
You get
males
a
went
male.
off food, but they're
Yeah,
all coming on now.
I went through quite a few of them though. I went through 3 or 4 of them. So it take you a while to get a nice male.
Yeah,
yeah. By the way, Jaffe, 50% humidity is not high enough in my personal opinion. You're stuck sheds, especially in the wintertime when you got heat. So try to bump up that humidity to like between 70 and 80% in my personal opinion.
This is an import male.
yeah.
This is Wildcat too.
Oh no shit.
Who is this, Pimp Juice?
No, this is Cable.
Oh, is that the one you just got?
Yeah.
Man, you got it. Let's play a game. Go get your Chondros in the middle of the night. See who gets bit first.
You want to play that game? We can do it. We can do it.
I got some imports. I'll win real quick.
I'm going next.
The only female that I would do that with at nighttime, she breeding right now. So.
The only rule is Keno has to get Narco out. Or Jamaica.
Neither one of them. I'm not going.
Boop and Snoot. Do it. You won't. It's not my snake. Do it.
Real nice. Narco used to be real nice before she had that clutch last year. Man.
Not my snake, not my hand. Go get it.
Since she had that clutch, she's a real asshole.
We got the star of the show. The star of the show.
Oh my God, yes. Take the comment off the screen. I can't
Take
Chill
the
out,
comment
bro.
off the screen.
Damn it, Chuck.
Hey, so I know you had a crazy event happen with her with her last clutch.
Oh man, yeah, dude.
Talk about that a little bit.
Crazy event. Oh, she's not having it. But you guys can see her. She's super fucking blue.
It's a nice ass.
We'll put it back. We'll put it
not
back.
wait to get that baby from her.
Yeah, I'll punch the baby out here in a second, Chuck.
I cannot wait.
But yeah. So what happened with her second clutch was very scary and traumatic. She laid a bunch of eggs, all normal, and it was about 14 eggs she laid normal, and then she had one of her oviduct was blocked by a really funny shaped slug. And I'm saying it's a funny shaped slug because I saw it eventually once she pushed her whole oviduct out of her body. So what I was dealing with is I realized that she had eggs in her, and I was like, okay, she just laid. I've got 14 eggs. A couple of them are slugs, and I palpated and I felt that she still had eggs in her, and so I get her. I take her in the shower, and I'm butt ass naked. Like I needed a shower. I just got off of work, so I grab her. I got the eggs. I put them in the box. I set up my box. Everything's good. I get in the shower with the snake. I'm butt ass naked in the shower with the snake, right? And so I'm in there and I'm trying to massage, right? I'm trying to massage her. She's like around my neck, and I'm like working her rear third of her body, and I'm like, come on, let's get these eggs out. Even if I lose the eggs, I don't even care. Let's get them out of there. And she goes ahead and pushes out her oviduct, and it's like a string of pearls, man. It's like and there's 5 eggs inside this oviduct just hanging out of her. And thankfully, I'm really close with Socrates, and he shared a lot of information about his experience with that about a year ago. That exact same thing happened to Sock, and he was really public about it, and he shared a lot of pictures and information about when that happened. I want to say it was what was that female? Fluttershy, I think was the female's name that did that for him. And he had to snip
That post is crazy.
he had
She
to
was
snip that oviduct at both ends and get the eggs out. And so, his snake lost an oviduct. And Gem, the same thing happened. Gem lost an oviduct. I ended up having to snip that. But as soon as she pushed those eggs out, dude, I fucking panicked. I panicked. And I'm like naked in the shower. I run out the shower. I got Gem in the hand, and she's like got her eggs hanging in her oviduct, And
he said you ran out the shower.
I ran out of the shower butt ass naked because I didn't have no scissors. I needed to get the scissors so I could snip the tissue,
Thanks,
right?
Randy.
The oviduct tissue. I had to snip it. So I get my scissors. I fall on the floor in the hallway, bro. Slip right on the floor in the hallway, fall on my ass. And I'm like, just protecting the snake. I hold the snake above my head and I fall on my ass. It was awful. But I end up getting the oviduct cut, right? I cut it on both ends, and it just retracts up right back up into her cloaca. As soon as I snip it, it retracts back up. And so needless to say, Gem is done breeding. Gem's not going to breed again. This was Gem's last clutch. And so there was 5 eggs inside of her, blocked up by one slug. And I was able to save all the eggs. And in the first 3 or 4 days of incubation,
fairy tale scales.
The first 4 eggs crashed. They just crashed immediately. And one of the 5 eggs that I salvaged from the oviduct survived. And that is number 9, Chuck Snake. So Chuck's got the survivor. He's got the survivor, baby.
That's right. Lone survivor.
Yeah.
You was able to save her.
Yeah, well, there was more. I got with Socrates and Joseph Radilick, those 2 guys down in Florida, and they shout out to Joey. Joey saved my ass, man. Joey drove like 2 hours to go pick me up some meds, the ceftizidime, some injections, and he overnighted that shit to me with ice packs and everything. And so shout out to Joey. Joey saved Gem's life. He sent me the meds that I needed. I gave her the injections, the antibiotic injections, and she recovered beautifully.
I'm about 50. About true 50.
Yeah, and so Gem recovered beautifully, and the eggs, we hatched 9 babies on October 30, but it was Halloween. It was Halloween night at like 7 p.m. The eggs started hatching, and I was taking the kids trick-or-treating and stuff, and I'm like, oh, these eggs are hatching. We went trick-or-treating. I came back and we got some babies, but yeah, it was a wild ride, man. Wild ride. So, but Gem's doing good, but Gem is retired. We're not going to have any more Gem babies. This is the last of them. Chuck, you're getting the last one.
Yes.
Hey,
Am I still choppy, or can you hear me now?
You sound fine now.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you're fine.
Brian, so you mentioned your kids real quick. How was that interaction been with the snakes?
The kids, they're not my kids. They are my girls' kids. I don't have any kids of my own. My fiance has 2 kids, and no, I love them, and they love them. They love the snakes, man. They love the snakes. They love the reptiles. Her youngest son, Marcus, he's got his favorite snake, and her oldest, Nicola, he has his favorite snake, and they love the snakes. They hold the snakes and everything. It's awesome. It's the next generation, man. I got the kids a tortoise. I got them a pet tortoise for Christmas for their first reptile, and it's kind of like my tortoise. It's my girl's tortoise, but the kids love it. They get the tortoise out like every day.
We end up taking care of all of it.
Yeah, well, tortoise is going to live for like 40, 50 years. Some of those tortoises live for 100 years.
100 years, man.
Yeah. It's lifelong commitment, man. So, but yeah, no, the kids love them, dude. The kids love them. And it's awesome to spread my love and my passion that way, so it's really cool. It's really cool. And then when we're hatching babies, it's like it's the coolest thing to these kids, man. They're like, it's the coolest thing for me too, with these kids, they love that shit. Like, oh, new baby snakes. So I just got some eggs from a jungle carpet female like 6 days ago, 5 or 6 days ago, and the kids thank you. It's my first carpet python breeding success. So I'm really happy and stoked about that. And
Congratulations, man! Congratulations.
thank you.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Brother, brother.
Cheers for the Aggies. Let's go, more Aggies in the box.
Salute. Yes.
Yeah, it's all about getting the eggs in the box.
So I got a question for you, because
Yeah,
we talked
yeah,
about
shoot.
Nido. We talked about Nido protocol, and you got a story about Nido. You want to share it with us?
Sure. Yeah, I'll share my story. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but
You don't gotta throw it. You don't have to say no names.
I'm not gonna name drop. But I had a snake that I bought from somebody, and I was told after I paid for it, after it was shipped to me, that the snake tested positive for Nido.
Damn.
And I tested the snake twice, and the snake was negative. So these Nido tests, you really got to be vigilant, man, because people be doing weird stuff with their swabs, and they might end up with a positive test, a false positive, a false negative. You know, that maybe they didn't swab it good enough, and then so you end up with a negative test, but you really have a positive, snake. And then you have
So
other stuff like
was the third test through the same company as the first two?
I did one with fish head was my first test, and it was negative, and I did another test with RAL, and it was also negative. And so far, I have not had a positive Nido test come back to me yet at all. So
And this snake's still living with you?
thank goodness. Yeah, the snake is still with me. It's proven now even. So the snake is doing fine. He's great. It's a male, and yeah, I mean, Nido ain't nothing to play with, though. You don't want to play with that. Like, people have lost entire collections, hundreds of thousands of dollars of animals, their pets, their livelihood, their whole collection just wiped out from this shit. So you have to be really fucking careful. Really careful. It's serious.
How vigilant are you with your quarantine? What's your quarantine setup looking like? And
it depends on the situation, right? So if I'm getting an imported animal that's fresh off the damn boat, then the quarantine is like maximum 6 months, 1 year. Yeah, I don't play. Separate room. Everything. If I'm getting a Neo,
it does come back with an incomplete sample.
Yeah. If I'm getting a Neo, then I'm doing things a little bit differently. I don't add a lot of animals to my collection at this point right now. But if I'm gonna get a Neo, I'm getting it from a trusted source. I'm getting it from somebody I know, someone in the community, someone who has a reputation that they're not willing to destroy. That's important. So, I deal with people like Socrates. I've gotten a few snakes from him, and he tests all of his animals, and he shares all that information, and he's really open and transparent about it. And that's important. You got to be transparent about everything. That's important. So I always tell people, if I'm selling them a snake, that I'll Nido test the snake for you. If you want to pay that shipping and you want to get it overnighted and we can get you results, then yeah, 100%, I will do that for you. No problem. No more questions. You say you want a Nido test, it's done. No more questions. But I don't always ask for a Nido test. And in the quarantine process, my most recent animal that I added was from Keith Flax. It's 2209 from Keith Flax. It was a Cyclops Biak pairing, and I didn't ask him for a Nido test. And
Keith's been on a hell of a run, man.
Keith is killing it. Yeah, Keith is killing it. Keith killed it last year. Yeah, I trust Keith, and he's a really good dude. And
you bought from him the animal you bought from, you didn't require a Nido test?
I bought from him. I didn't ask for a Nido test, and I didn't Nido test the animal myself either, honestly. I didn't Nido test it. I quarantined the animal for about 2 months, 3 months, and it was eating regular. I didn't see anything weird in behaviors or anything like that. And of course, it's a captive bred animal from a trusted source. And now that animal is, I don't know if you guys can see, he's right here. right here in my collection. So
I just seen some nice enclosures. I don't see no animal.
now let me bust it up for you. That's Keith Flax 2209 right there. Nice
How
red
soft, how
Mio.
soft is it? Does it like nose scratches at night?
Does it do what?
Scratch its nose.
Does it scratch its nose?
No,
No,
you
he's
do.
telling you to.
Poop it.
Oh no, I'm not doing that shit.
It looks like he was coming out for a pet. Didn't you see him coming out?
He was about to come out. He was about to come
Yeah, he
out.
wants to be pet.
Hey,
Yeah, no, I don't play. No.
Don't let Chuck talk you into bad ideas.
Yeah. No, but
He was looking for
seriously,
an Eskimo kiss.
in all seriousness, Nido is serious. Whoever says that shit is just a scam or it's not real, don't buy a snake from them. Plain and simple. Like plain and simple.
So with that snake in mind, do you ever plan on testing it before you breed it?
If I pair the animal, he's only about a year old. If I pair that animal, I will test that animal before I put it with another animal. 100%. 100%.
Okay.
I test all the animals before I do any pairings because I don't want problems. And then once I hatch a clutch, all those babies are like very strictly kept separate from everything. So there's no way that a baby that I sell is going to have Nido, because that's the last thing I fucking need on my record is somebody saying that.
Hey, I sent you the test fee and postage.
Yeah. I got you right here, Chuck. Got you right here. Got the little swabby and the little baggie. We're gonna do you up tomorrow. And I'll even make a video. We can do a little educational video about it.
You got a swab, and you about to do him up tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm about to do Chuck Snake 2209 that I had. He wants a Nido test, and I don't blame him. I can't blame anybody for wanting a Nido test. So we're gonna do him a Nido test, and yeah, we gotta do it. We gotta do it right. You know, we gotta do it right.
I test every baby that leaves here.
You
every
do?
single baby. I
Yeah.
test every single one. I want everybody to know that they have at least one clean Nido test from me. Now, I can't promise you in the future that, the snake will encounter something else when it's out of my care. But in my care, like, it's not touching anything else. So I want to give you that satisfaction. Plus, man, I don't need people to be like, yo, that black dude sold me a Nido hot animal. Like, I don't need that shit. I don't need that shit.
Come down to that. Why do you have to
Why you gotta be a black dude?
Hey,
Just be a dude.
Hey, they don't get it. They don't get it.
Hey,
Why does it
look,
have to be that
y'all
way?
this. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. It's a dude that ain't black that screwed somebody over, sold him a Nido animal that was for like $6,000. The animal died within 3 months. Had mouth rot and everything. This man just sold out all his animals on internet. On the internet, I'll say that. So it's like, look, he sold out his whole clutch. So
now, I'm always wary when someone comes on the scene and they're selling out like 8 adult animals. They're selling out like 5 beautiful females, bro.
Getting
like
out of the hobby.
Yeah, getting out of the. I don't know.
I'm moving to Thailand. I want hookers.
Yeah, so you just gotta be smart. You just gotta be smart about what you're doing if you're gonna be out here trying to build a collection. You gotta be smart about it. So test your animals, buy from trusted sources, from people that you have relationships with. Keith Flax is not gonna destroy his relationship with me over a single snake. Whatever that snake is worth, he's not gonna.
We was definitely not throwing no salt on Keith's name. I was just.
No. Keith is the man. No, I got you.
Keith is well known in the community.
So
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you want to deal with people like that are just well known in the community and have a reputation and so that's what I try and do. If I'm going to add animals.
Keith, by the way, that sold out his animals. I was talking about somebody else.
Yeah, no. Keith ain't selling nothing. He's keeping all his. He's keeping all his big animals.
Keep good people, man.
Yeah, Keith is the man, and so yeah, that's pretty much it. Take it seriously. Test your animals. If you're going to pair your animals, test them. If you're buying from a sketchy source or you're buying imports, test them, quarantine them. You know, like you spend thousands of dollars on these animals. It's not worth risking your entire collection just to get one more snake. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So yeah, that's my stance on Nido. If anybody asks me for a Nido test, I'm gonna 100% provide it. If they don't, then I don't. You know, it's pretty much up to the customer to be responsible, in my opinion.
I had somebody ask me before the show. They want me to ask you, what are you doing to pick out your holdbacks? And I want you to especially ask you this because you did the same exact pairing twice. So you got 2 gens of animals to look at in between and say, I like this, I like that.
I learned a lot.
I learned a lot.
I sold some snakes. I sold some snakes for my first clutch that I wish I had not let go. One of them turned out crazy blue. It was number 2 on the first clutch. It went to a really nice couple who lives in Indiana, and they drove to me and picked up the snake in person. And they got a really nice snake. Her name is Mindy Bernard Merceri, and you might be able to see her snake. She calls it Sansa, and it's a really blue snake. It was number 2 on the first clutch. And then I sold another snake to a guy named Scott. I can't pronounce his last name, and I'm probably going to butcher it. Scott Erzazowski, I think. And I think he's in Maryland. And that was number 5. And that snake ended up being like super high white, tons of white on it. And I was a little bit sad that I let those animals go. So what I did is I went back into the pictures of those babies before they changed, before they OCC. Yeah. And I looked at their dorsal pattern and the yellow, and I kind of plucked when I had the second clutch on the repeat pairing. I knew what I was kind of looking for. I knew what I wanted to keep. I wanted to keep my high white animals. I wanted to keep my blue animals, you know. So I like my holdbacks are definitely ones that I think are going to be high white and nice turquoise colored animals.
Brian, I'll go grab yours. If you want to keep on talking, I'll go grab yours, and while I have it in the camera, you can explain why you picked it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I like.
Wait, hold on. With your animals, before you go into why you picked the animal from Chuck, with your animals, your high white.
The high white animal.
Thanks.
This is coming from
my wife came and said happy birthday to me. I love you.
I'll shout out to Ms. Irvin. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for coming through, Ms. Irvin. But look, Brian, do you think the high white influence? You said you gave an example of 2 animals that was outstanding that you kind of regret.
Yeah.
So one was blue, one was high white.
Yeah.
Do you think the blue came from Jim and the high white is coming from the miso part of Captain Jack? Or
I mean, Captain Jack has got some nice white on him too. And if you look at Gem's got like 3 white scales on her entire body. There's almost no white on her. And so I think you're right. I think the pattern, the dorsal patterns, like he's got, look at Chuck's right there. He's got like a really bold, big triangles on that dorsal pattern. I think that is what you're going to be looking for high white potential. So you want big triangles.
This is what the root blood you think is throwing?
Yeah, I think if you can get you want to pick out a Neo that's got like a big fat triangle dorsal pattern. That Chuck's number 6 definitely has some big fat triangles on it. And so like when you see these animals change, the white spots are primarily going to be within that dorsal pattern. They're not going to be like on the flanks really, or on the sides. They're going to be showing up in that brown dorsal pattern, which eventually will turn blue when that snake goes through its color change. And then those white scales start to pop. But yeah, like I got this one. This is another one that I kept. This is from my first clutch. That's 2103 right there. And it's got some nice white.
Male or female?
That one, I believe, is a male, but it's not confirmed. I haven't gotten enough good sheds from it. And that's another thing. I do not believe in probing chondros at all. I do not probe my chondros. I will not probe a chondro. If a customer asks me to probe a baby chondro, I will not do it. And if I lose,
but I don't know how to do it.
if I lose a sale over that, then so be it. I don't care about that. So I
So
don't care.
I'll probe mine.
You probe
I'll
yours,
probe
Trav?
mine, but I won't probe anybody else's.
Yeah. So you're responsible for your own snake, and if something happens or whatever, it's So I just don't like to do it. I like to watch the snake grow and watch the behaviors, and males and females at about 1 year old, they start to kind of branch off and do.
What's up, Kenny?
They do different things. Like I found that the females are going to hold on to their meals longer. Their body structure starts to develop a little bit differently. They kind of put on a little more rounder shape, where the males are going to be more of a triangular shape. And so I look for that. I would just watch the behavior. I mean, I watch the snakes every day. So, I kind of just wait for the sheds and watch the behavior and make my determination based on that. It's kind of how I do it. But they got the DNA sexing now. You can get the shed and wait a year if you want for more. You can wait.
I got a question for you.
They're working on it. I've heard they're working on it. They're going to get that dialed in.
Yeah. I got a question for you, Brian. So after seeing Jim, are there certain symptoms or things that you see in older chondros that make you believe that they may be past their prime in terms of breeding?
Well, I think I had some issues with Jem's second clutch based on hydration and probably a calcium deficiency, and that's why she went into the issues that she had, and then she had like a slug, and the slug was a really weird shape that was like turned sideways in the oviduct, and it had a really pointy end, and the pointy end was stuck in there, and so I mean, I've only hatched out 2 clutches of chondros, so like I'm definitely not an expert on breeding chondros here, but I do watch my snakes every single day. Every single day I look at them and I pay attention to them, and I try and I like to think that I'm on the level with the chondros and the body language and and everything, and I try and watch them. As far as some chondros will live. I don't know what the record is for the oldest chondro, but I think it's over like 30 years, 25, 30 years. So
I heard one like 24 years.
24 years. Okay.
S&G Reptile got one that's like 25 years old. They got
it's
like a pair that always breed, but they never produce.
Yeah, Gem was if Gem was
they just keep getting old.
Just throwing in the nursing home.
Well, if Jem was born in,
you can't get mad at her, man.
If Jem was born in 2004, she's like 19 years old now. Jem is like 19, 20 years old, I think. So, yeah, I mean, I would say that probably around 20 years old, you're past your prime, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do going forward, say on your next clutch, to try to prevent those 2 things you mentioned? Hydration, hydration.
So what I did recently with the carpet, and now this is a carpet python. It's different than a green tree python, but with the carpet python, I knew that she was gravid, and as soon as I got that pre-lay shed, I kind of had an idea of when she was supposed to lay. I was thinking about 25, 30 days post shed she was going to lay. So leading up to that, I would soak her. I would give her a nice warm soak. I even put a heating pad under it, and I'd let her sit in there. I'd let her sit in there for about an hour to make sure that she was, drinking, staying hydrated, and it seemed to work. I mean, she laid 10 eggs, and it was perfect. And I offered her the snake. I call her Samantha, the jungle carpet python. I offered her a rat.
Fuck you, Ryan.
What I missed? What I missed?
I missed something too. I don't know. I'm looking at the chat. Yeah. Chris says he wants to come over and see the chondros. Chris, you can come over anytime, bro. Hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram, bro.
Tony D'Andrea.
Thanks, Mel.
My snake's a sibling to his.
I only asked that because
yes, Tony.
Pat? Thanks, Pat.
Tony. Your
This
snake,
is our
Anthony, your snake is number 6. Chuck's snake is number 9. Yeah, they are siblings.
I asked
I
that
told-
about the
I think
calcium
I
deficiency
think I
because
reached
going
out to him. Python Perfection.
Yeah, Python Perfection.
him.
Yeah. He's building up a nice collection of chondros over there. He's got it
Here's the
going
deal.
on.
Here's the deal. I didn't want to like offer him a baby because I have 2 more that need to be established, but number 4 could be ready to go soon. But I want to keep my snakes and your snakes together with everybody, like because the guy, dude, like.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. We're in this together, Chuck. Chuck, you're my number 1 fan, Chuck.
Yeah, you're gonna have a pair. I'm gonna have a pair, and then
that man said groupie love.
Groupie love. He's a fanboy.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, we'll be pairing like in 2-4 years.
Our babies, if we could have our babies all together with people.
That'll be cool.
Because the guy that's coming to pick it up, I think he's driving to my house from Ohio, from where you live. So he's driving from Ohio to New Jersey. Matt and his wife Sarah are coming here Thursday evening, I believe, to pick up their Neo. And that Neo, I told you, is thick. There's no green on it. It's just yellow, and the entire pattern's starting to turn blue.
Yeah,
so
I love those
really
ones
neat.
that stay yellow for a long time, like a year and a half, 2 years old. They stay yellow. That's awesome.
They usually getting choppy again.
It's one of y'all.
Oh no, it's not me.
Chuck. He put his earbuds back in. It's fucking Chuck.
Come on, what's going on?
It's
not
you.
Hey, look, and them ones like that, especially locality ones, they tend to go green.
What the fuck is Ohio?
Like 2 days.
Yeah, like a couple days they'll be yellow, and then like 3 days they're green. Boom, done.
Hey,
Yeah.
Pat, you ever seen that movie Gummo? It's just like that movie Gummo.
I'm gonna pull out your snake, Chuck.
Hey, I got a question for you, Brian.
Yeah.
Can we hear you, Chuck? I think we can hear you.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, we hear you. So I have a
That's
question for you.
Chuck's. That's
Did
Chuck's
you ever
snake
think
right
about supplementation as far as calcium?
That's what I was doing.
You can if you go to the vet, they give you some shots that you can like a vial, right? And you can inject either directly into your snake or you can inject into the prey items. That's an option, but I just tried to feed. So instead of feeding like a rat pup, I would look for a jumbo mouse that might weigh the same, right? They might weigh the same, but that content is different. That jumbo mouse is a mature adult animal. That rat pup is full of like fatty content, milk, and it's been like suckling on the rat mom and shit. And so I prefer to feed my chondros jumbo mice. I know a lot of people like small rats and medium rats, and I switch it up, but I prefer the 45, the 60-day-old mice.
So I inject protein, not protein, but calcium powder into the feeders.
Do you mix that up into like a solution and then?
Yeah, I mix it with water.
Okay.
And then I use a wide gauge needle and stick it into the feeder.
That's not a bad idea.
Especially like once it's getting towards, once they're breeding, like that time where they're actually breeding, I actually double it up.
Yeah.
That's the shit I told you, Brian. That one Neo.
No, I use calcium and polyvisol.
Yeah.
I injected the polyvisol. The first meal that baby Neo got after prolapse and weeks later was 2 mouse legs just popped in its mouth with polyvisol injected into the muscle tissue as much as I could get in there. And I knew it was going to taste like shit for it, but I popped it in its mouth and they can't spit it out. And I think that kind of.
Hey Travis, how early do you start using the supplements?
I don't start using supplements until they're at least 1, and at 1 they get supplementation every other meal. If I think they need it. Now I got 1 that I don't give supplementation at all to because she don't really shit. So I don't really mess with her. I just inject her feeders with a lot more water. But once we get to the point of when they're actually breeding, I will actually double up on the actual calcium and a little bit more polyvisol. I haven't had, as
I
far
like
as the
your
animals go,
calcium
I haven't had
idea.
prolapses. Yeah, I haven't had prolapses. I haven't had a lot of issues. And my vet told me, I know, but I might inject creatine
Wait,
in it
Trav,
too. I
I thought
might
you
do
said
that.
you had a prolapse and a neo.
No,
Prolapses
Oh,
suck.
I thought you
Prolapses
said you had
suck.
a prolapse and a neo. Yeah, they do.
no, I never
Prolapses
had a
suck.
prolapse in the
But,
neo.
but hey, it worked. I went right from the mouse legs to Brian. You tried my rat's tail method. Travis is a non-believer
Rat
in it.
tails, man. Let me tell you, he told me, Travis, you're not about them rat tails, but the rat
The
tails,
medium
bro,
rat tails. You don't like them.
the medium rat tails, that shit worked for me. That's the first. Chuck turned me on to that, and I got 3 of my most recent clutch started on that little rat tail bullshit. So I'd force feed the rat tail, I'd assist feed. I say force feed, but let's call it assist feed. We assist feed the rat tail, and after 2 assists of rat tails, I offer the pinky scented with the rat, right? I thaw the rat and the pinky together, and then I rub the pinky on the rat,
Hey,
and
it's
then
Mike.
I offer the pinky to the Neo, and he hits it, man. First meal on its own, and it's like the rat tail. That's in my arsenal now. I'm gonna be using that rat tail trick for some of these stubborn animals. That's definitely in the toolbox for sure. And that's what you gotta have. You gotta have a whole toolbox: chick down, chicken stock, rat tails, mouse hams, the legs. You gotta use. They're all
I like
different.
lizards. Like,
You like the lizards? I worry about the
Hey, it's nice.
lizards.
I like the
Brian, how
lizards.
nice is it when they wrap the rat's tail up? They
establish?
wrap the rat's tail like it's a pinky, like it's an actual rat.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. They I got them. I
What
got
I'm
them
saying,
striking rat tail pieces. They've been striking and wrapping them and like trying to feed themselves.
your Neo
It
went
worked.
from rat's tails right to fuzzies.
Yeah, yeah.
Brian, have you ever fed live to establish?
On the first clutch I did. On the first clutch, I got 2 of them going on live with the first clutch. The second clutch that I had just recently, I didn't do any live. Live is kind of hard for me to get. In Ohio, there's like weird laws about buying live feeder mice from pet stores and stuff. They don't really like that. They want your email and your address, and they want all your information if you're going to buy. And so I don't really like to do that. But if you go to a reptile show, you can find every reptile show's got that mouse, that rodent guy that you can get from, and they usually got the live pinkies there. And so for the first clutch, I did live, and two of the animals started on live, and we got them converted over to frozen thawed, and I use all Cold Blooded Cafe, by the way. Shout out to Cold Blooded Cafe.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, that's who I use.
Live pinkies or what?
Live pinkies, yeah, live pinkies on the Neos, yep.
I know Gary Scarino used a similar technique before he switched over to frozen thawed.
Yeah, I prefer the frozen thawed. When I was younger, I had a Brazilian rainbow boa, and it was about 6 feet long. It was a gorgeous snake, and I fed this snake a live rat, and this rat fucked up my snake so bad, dude. This snake was cut up, torn up. You could see his vertebrae poking out from its spine from where this rat bit him on the back. Never again, dude. I will never feed like a big ass rat live to any snake ever.
I was in this group and I saw somebody they had threw the live animal in there, and they went to work and they came back, and the animal, I guess the snake, had wrapped it up and ate it. But the rat was still alive, and they ate his way out of his cloaca.
Oh my god!
Oh, what?
Yeah, ate his way out of his cloaca.
Nah, yeah. See,
That's
I offered
fucking metal.
for live pinkies and fuzzies every now and then to my Neos just to switch it up.
Yeah, a little pinky is different. Yeah. I would never offer like big live prey to any of my snakes. It's too dangerous. It's way too dangerous. There's something else. I'll figure something else out. I'm not gonna be feeding no jumbo rat to any of my snakes ever again.
Oh, hell
I
No,
Nightmare
That's a good
experience.
point.
no adult.
You
No
gotta
adult should be getting
supervise live
alive.
feedings.
You definitely.
You gotta
Yeah.
supervise live
No
feedings.
adult should be getting any
I know a
live
lot of people
prey
who like
item unless
breed.
you're incapacitating it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people breed their own feeders, and they have a lot of snakes. You know, you got 500 snakes. You're breeding your own feeders, and you're feeding live, and that's just part of the game. But you know, to each their own. I'm not doing that. No way, no way. I'm not doing. These snakes are too important to me. They're my pets. They're my life. They're my livelihood. I'm not. I don't want my snakes to get bit up and scarred up and scratched and get infections and shit from all that. No thanks.
Yep. Hey,
No, so I.
shout out to Randy for the plug on the feeders, the lizard feeders.
The lizard feeders.
Yeah,
I
Randy's
worry. Do you freeze? Do you freeze the lizards first before you try them, or?
So the first time I tried to get them to eat live, and some of them took live, and then I froze them, and then I gave them frozen thawed lizards dipped in boiling water.
Yeah, I would freeze them. I would freeze them first because like the
Travis
stuff
Well, you
boiling
gotta
is
lizard makes his
transferred.
kids mac and cheese.
Well, you got to
Yeah,
think that like with some of them, like they're game to only wanting to eat live. So you know we
yeah,
got to go back and then give them panicure later. Like that's
yeah,
just what it has to be to get them to live.
yeah. You're not wrong about that. Yeah,
yeah.
you know that's
All right,
that's the way it is.
so what we got 21 people in. I'm gonna do my
I can't
birthday
see.
giveaway.
Shout out
Birthday
to our
giveaway.
chat been Liddy.
The chat's
shout out
been
to
popping off. I'm gonna go back and read through all this chat. Shout out to everybody who's been showing the love.
our sponsor too, man. Our sponsor
Yeah,
Chris.
Chris,
been in.
shout out.
Chris
Hit
has
me
been
up.
doing
Hit me up,
wonders
Chris.
lately.
Chris, you can
Yes.
come over anytime.
With a bad ankle, man. He fell down the stairs, broke his ankle. He was still watching. You know?
Yo, I couldn't repost that video that you put up with the ambulance, bro. That shit was just too much.
What?
With the people dancing on.
Yo, Chuck. Yo,
With
yo,
Chris.
Chuck will say the worst shit ever, and it'll be like, I don't want to share that shit.
Yeah, Randy's saying freeze them.
Being the rawest
Randy's
shit
saying
too.
freeze
Man, that
those
shit be
lizards. You
hilarious.
gotta worry
He
about
don't
them.
want to. He don't want to share
The
the
reptile parasite transfer. Chuck,
As soon as you started talking, man.
Chuck, that was bad.
Chuck, you gotta
What
take the
the
head.
fuck is going on?
As soon as
Is
you
it because I
started
was
talking.
talking too loud?
I don't know. It was static, bro. You just killed
All right,
everybody's
so I'm
ears.
gonna do the birthday giveaway.
Birthday giveaway. Let's go.
I'm gonna do the birthday giveaway.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
gotta
so this is
update my
for
laptop.
a wise camera. It's gonna be 2 questions. There's gonna be certain people getting into the.
I got two wise.
and
I
then-
got 2 wise cameras. They're badass.
Yeah, I got 3 or 4 of them, and I like
got
them
the
in
one
the
that
females'
turns.
cages. All right. So the first entry level question is, what is the name? If you guys have been watching my page, you guys probably know what is the name of the snake that gave me my first pairing. What did I name her?
The female?
Yeah, the female.
Can I win
I
this
can
camera?
Can I answer
No,
this?
you can't answer.
We can't answer.
You can't answer.
Oh.
I'm
I don't
watching
like
the chat.
this show.
I'm watching the chat.
I mean, y'all can go look at Instagram and then come back, motherfucker.
I ain't seeing nothing yet. Are we gonna do the first question first? Or you gonna do both of them at the same time? How we gonna do this?
the first question, they got a series. A few people got to get in the first one that we picked from those first few to get it, and then we go to the second one.
All right, bet.
This is for a whole wise camera.
Outside the lines, I didn't know Michael was here. Shout out Michael.
I saw him
man.
earlier.
Hey, Michael, man. Hey, congratulations on your first clutch, man.
Hell yeah, for sure. That I saw that. That's a nice
How's it
pairing.
feel, Mike?
That's a nice pairing.
Congratulations on that first clutch, man. Shout out to you. That's a nice man you got, man. That Drew man.
Bro, I was talking to him on the phone.
We always love to show love to the people who come in, man, and who in the chat. And honestly, man, we give them priority over anybody, man. We like to promote the people in the chat, and we feel like they're my family. So to see somebody who was on the show and then a couple months later get eggs and hatch them, and yeah, man, we
This
shout out
sweet.
to shout out to Mike in Florida, man, doing his thing.
That
Yeah,
clutch
you in
put
them
into the
fucking
ringer
glasses,
too, bro.
Mike.
Bro, he had that yellow one pop out, right? And he sent me the video of Cat Williams in jail where he's like, "That's not my baby. That one might be mine."
One too, man. He's like, you won't believe this shit, man.
Hey, Mike, I ain't gonna take too many more hustle and flow jokes, bro. I ain't taking two more of them motherfuckers, man.
Oh shit, my fault.
Then we got 26 people on, and y'all still ain't figured out the name.
No one
Man,
even
sure.
commented.
Hey, somebody said Psylocke. Is it Psylocke?
Mm-mm.
John Jones said Bofa.
Emma Frost.
Somebody is cheating.
I,
What the hell? Do that? That's cheating. Oh wow! Fairy tale scale.
Emma Frost.
Oh.
is it Emma Frost?
Hey, what's up with Mr. Evernoid giving our answers?
Okay, we got three people. All right, so amongst the three people, here comes the second question.
Trying to say your purchase next door.
Here comes the second question. How many total eggs did I have laid in 2022?
Hey, so only two people count for this. It's Fairy Tales and Mikey Mark.
Yes, so you gotta stop.
She a fool, wasn't it? Sarah, you just sound like a dude in basketball. You guys compliment bitches.
Nah, man, I don't really care about the hustle and flow jokes. It's funny to me. No, I didn't have 9,000.
Chris says over 9,000.
Hell no.
I'm trying to think if I'm correct. My
He said he committed 10 or 11 more times. Oh,
damn, bro.
she said she want to win.
Wow, that's a lot. Now that I think about it out, wow. Okay. God, I'm actually thinking about it. Can I give a hint?
No.
He's selling petty as hell.
I'm just saying the greatest president of all time.
Petty than a motherfucker. Good night, guys.
Good night, cousin Earls.
Thanks, Earls. Thanks, Jason.
Good night, Earl.
Tuesday night we do this.
Give that toxicity a kiss goodnight. I know that snake. I want that snake.
At 9 Central,
No.
we do this.
You're all wrong. Just think of the best president that we've ever had in this whole country.
No.
Hey, Mike trying to get the double bubble. You wrong too, Mike.
The best president ever.
In 20, how many eggs did he hatch? The Travis hatched last year.
Not Fairy Tale. The one after him.
No.
62 by Tuck. You wrong. Marlon.
One of y'all got close.
One of y'all warm. One of y'all real warm.
Mm-hmm.
Justin, Fairy Tale, y'all skating. Y'all were skating real close.
39.
You're not super close. You're not super far away. You're like really close if you don't count like 13 or 14 other people. I'm the best president ever. Thank you. Come on, people.
This is fun.
666. Oh,
Hey,
shit.
John Jones wins. John Jones wins.
John Jones, get it, John Jones. Hey, I'll tell you what, Chuck, John Jones has number 8 from me.
Paddle.
Oh, John Jones could be a candidate, I think, if he wants one of my Neos, so we keep the pairs together.
Yeah,
Hey, John
John Jones
Jones.
got one.
John Jones,
Man.
send your info after this, your address and your phone number and shit. And
By the way, Brian, I will never, ever, ever,
Hit Monk up
ever
on
do another high blood
John
root
Jones,
pairing
UFC
unless
heavyweight
it's my
champ.
animal paired with one of your animals.
Yeah, I'll probably pair your animal to one of mine too. We'll have to compare siblings.
Hey, it's cousin Haley.
Honestly, the
They'll be like
last
cousins. All the
pairing
babies
I
will be
did-
like cousins.
my Neos are fucking miserable. I never want to go through this ever again.
Yeah, right. You're gonna do it again.
I'm gonna
do it again.
Repeat pairing. I'm not repeat pairing. No.
You don't want
I'm
to repeat?
throwing-
No.
I got two pairings this year that I'm doing.
Jones.
Yeah, my first clutch sucked. It was awful. My second one went a lot better.
Yeah. It's gonna be. Well, Pat calls it just a poultry animal, but his buddy. Long story short, it's either a Maniquari or a Sarong. I'm pairing that with a Biak, and then I'm doing Alex Warren's male Sarong. That's his proven Sarong. I think it's like wild blue one. I think I showed it to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting that with deep blue this year, so hopefully that should be a really decent pairing.
I'm doing a Sarong Jayapura, and I'm doing the Aru high white Arus. So that's my two pairings that I'm trying, and I'm cycling them right now. So I'm working on
your
them.
Aru.
Yeah.
Don't like sleep. You don't like your mental well-being.
Man, I really want to produce high white animals. I've got this like complex where I just want to be like Ryan Young, or Andrea Verani over in Europe. They got these high white animals that are so fucking sweet, dude. I love the high white. I want to get all the high white stuff. Morocco, I want the high white Arus and some high white Cyclops. Kino, hook it up. I need some high white Cyclops animals, bro.
Hey, Brian, you got a Morocco male?
I don't know. I'm on the lookout though. I'm on the lookout.
I got a Morocco female.
Does it got a nice stripe on her? I've never seen her. Post her up sometime.
I don't mess with her. I leave her alone.
Yeah, post her up sometime. I want to see her.
She must be an asshole because you be posting everything but her.
Yeah,
I just be leaving. I don't know, man.
The Morocco is so hard to find. Hey, hit me up. I might buy her from you, Trav. I might buy her. Hit me up. We'll make some kind of trade. We'll work something out.
I let her eat and I let her live. Like that's it.
That's it.
So she's got this weird thing about pooping where she doesn't poop for a long time. And I took her to the vet, and the vet was just like, you just gotta feed her more. So that's just what I'm doing now, seeing how it turns out over time.
Expand what you're talking about the giant divides and so many localities. What do you mean?
What's the Jaya divide into so many locales? Oh, the Jayapura is kind of like.
Did you mean that how it broke down into uterences?
Yeah.
Because I'll say this. So the Cyclops locality.
You're right. Vivid scales. John Kim does have some sick ass high white Arus. Yeah, he does. I mean, he's in Indonesia. We can't get that snake here. He's in Indo.
You can.
Yeah.
I was just talking to an Indo collector / breeder.
You
got to figure out how to go to the farm.
You got some Cyclops that are Jayapuras, but
yeah, they're kind of closely related. Like a Sarong and a Maniquari, Cyclops and a Jayapura are kind of, Yeah.
You can tell a red
Cyclops
make
it a lot easier.
You can tell a red Cyclops from a red Jaya.
From a red Jaya, yeah. The red Jayas come out kind of like more light red, more orange.
Yeah, more
Pat explained it the best. Where I mean, the animals that are coming out, they're just coming out of these ports. You know what I mean? Or these hubs, the shipment hubs. So it's. I think necessarily a Jaya could be coming from miles and miles away from a completely different area than actually the Jayapura Regency.
Sure.
It happens. It's just
we got
I
to
don't
just
think,
go there.
I don't think anyone's ever going to shake the locality thing with the new because
That'd be hard though for a Jaipur in the wild to be coming miles and miles away, like you said, from the Jaipur. That'd be kind of hard.
I think honestly, my personal opinion is you're getting some PNG animals that are coming in Jaipur. My personal opinion is still close to the border.
But what characteristics are they throwing to make you think that, like compared to old school PNG animals?
No, I'm just saying they're just so close that people are looking to make a quick buck. And after watching the documentaries,
I thought you were saying something between animals.
Not from not phenotypical. I'm just saying that there might be something that comes through the Jaipur Regency exportation.
PNG animals are huge.
It's Jakarta. Jakarta, Indonesia is that main city where they're exporting all that shit from.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they're coming as far as like an Oxbow locality or something like that. I'm just saying that you can't export out of PNG and then watching the videos on YouTube. Okay, well I'll just stop then.
Yes, Chris, I think that.
No, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, Chris, I think you're right. I mean, I think that like people are, oh yeah, this is a miso or this is a maniquari, or they're just trying to, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I think I've seen enough Cyclops though to know what a Cyclops is though.
Exactly. Yeah, you know what an Aru is. You know what a Cyclops is. I mean, a lot of these things we kind of know.
There's 3 types of sarongs that I've seen.
Yeah.
There's 3 versions of sarongs that I've seen.
I think it's really easy to break them down to the 4 subspecies, but the problem is it's really going to be hard for people to shake that locality thing. There's always going to be people saying that they're localities, even though they've proved that there's 4 subspecies of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, but then there's like Biak.
Yeah, but Biaks, but then you got Biaks, and then you have Numfor Islands that are they're different, right? But they're the same species.
They're the same, but they're different.
Different islands. Yeah. But I was telling Pat,
Jones.
I bought that one from Pat that's coming here.
You can tell a Numfor Biak.
Yes, you can. The Numfors have a lot more of that white speckling through it and stuff like that.
The
but
patchy,
they're the same exact subspecies.
Patchy white florets.
Yes, the numbers I think in the Biaks are very decipherable. But to be completely honest with you, like a yellow maniquari and a yellow sarong are super extremely. They're super close because they're the same fucking animal. You talk to Pat. Pat says they're the same animal. And I tell him, well, am I making Poltra Biaks or am I making maniacs? Like I want to be able to make sure I represent the animal properly when I'm putting them up for sale.
Though.
Yeah, Chuck.
No, I know that. I know that you're not listening to me. Is it a sarong biak? I want to sell. If it's a maniquari, like
maniacs.
Poltra biak is not a well. What did you just say? So I can fucking be real. What did you just say?
I asked Patrick, am I making Poltra Biaks or maniac Biaks? And I said both animals are from the Poltra region.
No shit, but he's calling it a sarong. But his buddy bought it as a maniquari. So I want to know, what is it? I don't want to sell it as a Poltra animal. I want to know, was it bought as a maniquari or is it a sarong? What is it?
Oh, so you mean is a sarong or maniquari, not Poltra maniquari?
Correct. He's calling it a Poltra, and he said they're the same thing. But I said I want to sell the name maniquari will sell better or move better than the name sarong or Poltra. It's sure.
Why are you?
My personal opinion.
Well, I wouldn't be necessarily worried about that because
better moves better.
What was that?
I wouldn't be worried about that.
Chuck,
your new yellow sarong male looks more like my red. Your yellow male sarong looks more like my red male sarong than most average yellow sarongs. The one you just got, it looks closer to.
Are you talking about the one I got from Alex Warren or the one from Pat?
The one from Alex.
The one from Alex, he bought it as a giant.
His name is not Alex. I don't know who Alex is.
Alan.
Alex Warren?
He originally bought that. He bought that as a Jaya, and Pat told him it's not a giant, it's a sarong.
Well, that's easily distinguishable because you can ask what color his tail is.
See, I think the Morocco,
Two completely different tails.
Morocco and Aussie
I mean,
green
I
sea
trust
pythons
Pat.
look
So
very
whatever
similar.
Pat says, I don't care what it is. The snake's blue as shit.
Jaipur and the sarong or Jaipur
I don't care what it is.
They're gonna have two completely different tails, both neos and adults.
Forever alum. Forever alum. Forever alum.
You know, my kids run around the house saying that now.
What?
2-year-old will come up to me and go, alum, alum, alum. I took a video one day and sent it to them. My kids are running around the house screaming alum.
Hey, because of Keno. Call that motherfucker alum. Hey, alum. Hey, alum.
Keno's tongue was blue as shit.
Hey, alum.
Oh.
Shit.
So what other questions we got? Y'all got more questions? Y'all can punch questions in. We don't have the question function like last time.
Punch it in.
The rules do look weird with the little black nub tails, man. Look like somebody like a little stubby tail. Yeah.
Little worm tails.
Yeah, man, like a worm.
I just showed Marlon his Neo the other day so Marlon's Neo's eating fuzzies now, slamming them consistently, and Gucci Bags is the one he originally wanted, but he opted out of Gucci Bags, and Gucci Bags is probably one of my troublesome feeders. When he picked it out, they were the same size, and now I put number 2 next to Gucci Bags. Dude, his snake is an absolute giant. He couldn't believe it was the same snake. When they eat those fuzzies, bro, they take off.
I told you that and rat pinkies. Rat pinkies, they grow like
rat pinkies for sure. Yeah.
They're on friggin' hoppers now, though. I got them switched over to hoppers after like 4 or 5 fuzzies. The hoppers, like, just before they open their eyes, like a day or two, like they had the really little long hair. They're not the peach fuzz.
Oh, okay. Mikey Marshall wants to see how I set up my egg boxes.
Yeah.
Check your audio with that again.
Yeah, I'm gonna show how I do my egg boxes right here. So this is my sea serpents, the 2x2x2. And so what we got, that's my clutch right there, 10 eggs. And I got my thermometer kind of sticking right in there, down in there. And there's my thermostat probe right here.
Yeah.
And then I keep water at the bottom. I got some extra water bottles in here just to kind of stabilize temps. This was an egg box that I had set up just in case. And so we got air holes here under this tape. And about day 50, well, I mean, for chondros, you'd be probably pulling that tape off about day 40 and then letting some air in. And I got this cling wrap on the top because the lid doesn't quite do it, right? So we got to cling wrap the top to keep that humidity in. And you can see that condensation on the top of that cling wrap. About tomorrow, I'm going to have to change this cling wrap because those water droplets are going to fucking drip on my eggs. And nobody wants that. So tomorrow I'm going to clean that plastic and put a new piece of cling wrap on that.
We're not upset about you saying that. We're not upset about you saying that.
And that's
kind of agree.
Yeah, I don't have a sim. My shit is kind of like handmade. I made my shit out of a ceiling grid, construction grade ceiling grid, and wrap some rubber wire on there for contact points so the eggs don't roll around and stuff like that. But yeah, it's worked for me. So far I've hatched out with 23, 24 chondros, and I've not lost any chondros at all incubating that way. So it's working well for me. Maybe I'll try some containers one day, but I incubate over water. I don't do any of that.
Just I incubated in a Cambro, and that's the shit. I switched it over
to
incubation. I really, really like the Cambros.
Yeah, Cambros are nice. I prefer water. I see people putting their eggs in vermiculite or in perlite and doing all that stuff. But
that's the OG way, man. That's a lot of OG.
Yeah, I just like to eliminate variables. So I use spring water and everything is clean and sterile, and I got gloves and then it's all just clean and sterile. There's no bacteria or any weird mold or funguses getting in there. You know, you buy a bag of perlite from where? Vermiculite from at the fucking garden store? Like, who knows what's in that bag? You might have mold spores and shit all up in there. Fuck that. I ain't messing with that.
So I
I'm
use
not
it.
gonna
I use it to keep the water from moving around. And to me, like, you
sloshing
don't really,
around. Yeah.
but you don't
You
really
know,
get mold from that. You get,
yeah, you're right, Trav. The water sloshes around. It could be risky.
I think that you get mold from most of the time, and I think this is the thing that I got mold from with the second clutch, is that it was urates in the bottom of the egg box, right where the eggs were, and I didn't see them. So I think that they came in contact with those urates and shit, and that might have been the source of the mold.
Could be, yeah, could be.
I'm pretty sure that vermiculite has anti-mold properties to it. It kills mold.
Sphagnum moss definitely does, but I can't say for certain about vermiculite. I know the sphagnum moss definitely does.
And by the way, Brian, Randy said make the a drip catcher out of with paper towel. So he explained it to me. You know that construction fencing or gate that they put in the U-shaped in like Amazon tree boa.
Yeah, it's like green or orange. Yeah.
So what he does, you're supposed to do is you put your eggs in the middle. I guess you put it in an arch over the eggs, and then you lay paper towels over it. And when it drips onto the paper towels. And it's not like there's enough airflow that it won't build mold because it's not like pressed up against the lid or anything.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
That's what Randy
I've seen people do things like where they'll tip their egg box a little bit to one side so the water all drips down to one side.
That don't really work. That don't really work.
Yeah.
One side.
I just changed my. I use the cling wrap. I use this.
Drip catcher sound a little nasty, man.
I use this shit right here. This Reynolds wrap, plastic wrap. And I just change it out like every 4 or 5 days when I see those condensation droplets starting to get kind of big and dangerous. I just pull the tub out, slap another piece on there, close it back up, shut it back up, put it in, boom, done.
I'll be honest, people bitch and complain, or they get scared about cracking the egg box open in the first 25 days. They don't touch it, but honestly, if you're cracking it up for 30 seconds and wiping, you're fine.
30 seconds, yeah, 30 seconds is nothing. No, yeah. I put those in there like 5 or 6 days ago. I haven't touched them. I haven't touched them in 6 days, but I'm about to have to. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna have to pull them out and put a new piece of cling wrap on there and make sure it's all good.
Why does drip catcher sound like somebody saying it's a code term for saying somebody is uncircumcised? He got that drip catcher on the end of his dick.
That or you put it on your wife. You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard that before. Holy shit.
Put on her when she's squirting.
I'll tell you what, Brian. I tried a different feeding technique tonight, and I got both my problem feeders.
Yeah, squirter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some problem feeders eating?
Rather than everyone saying, "Oh, if they don't eat, beat the shit out of them," I had to support my wrist. I just held the prey at him there on the tongs in front of the snake forever, and it would just flick its tongue. And dude, they just took it softly and wrapped it up, and they just didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't want to be bothered, or poked with it. They just wanted to have their own time with it.
Man, and like I said, every snake is different. Every single animal is going to be different, and you really got to think outside the box. What's going to work with one? Yeah, try something different. You just got to keep trying different stuff all the time.
Both the ones I dreaded. I lose sleep over knowing that I have to feed them. And I was just like, dude, I just sat there like this with the tongs. And
I was just like you on my first clutch. I was so stressed. I was putting so much energy and effort into the assisting and panicking but it's just not that stressful. If you just chill and give the snakes good energy and good vibes, they're gonna turn on for you. They're gonna turn on eventually.
That's what I gave him tonight, bro. I said, listen, we're gonna try something new tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you softly.
Yeah. Some like it soft, some like it slow, some like it hard and fast. You never know.
Yeah,
that's like vanilla.
Hit that vanilla.
I gave him the old Travis treatment tonight. I fed him real vanilla.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be vanilla if you ask me. You
Right,
don't
you're
ask a
soft.
married.
What do you
You don't
say?
ask.
You're a
You
soft.
don't ask a married person about their sex life.
What are you, a soft pounder, Travis? Is that what you said?
Hey man. Hey man, you know, it's whatever you think it is. I might cut on some fucking Barry Manilow and just stand there and call that sex. You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Could be Pound Town.
It's just be me with my ass out, standing in the breeze, be like, "That's sexy, ain't it? That's sex. That's what you get."
Hell yeah. Take it or leave it, baby.
How did you pick your holdbacks?
Oh wait, yeah, we went
we already went
over
over
this a
that,
little bit,
Mikey.
Mike. Yeah, we went over this a
Mike
little
can ask
bit.
the same shit over and over. I don't know.
Yeah, I like fat, bold patterns. When I pick my holdbacks, it was the biggest, thickest, heaviest patterned animals that I hatched. I kept them all. And I'll show you one. This is probably
For the third time, Mike.
the heaviest patterned animal I've hatched thus far.
Is that number 4?
Number 4, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted that snake so bad.
This is number 4. It's kind of blurry, but that's number 4 right there.
Is it
It's turning green. Yeah, oh yeah, it's real green. It's real green. It's real green.
Move fast, man. You got heart problems.
You got eye problems. It's kind of blurry, but yeah, that's number 4. I love that snake. This is my favorite snake of the clutch, number 4. Hopefully it pops off some fucking real high weight, so I don't look stupid.
You gotta get your kids to bed, man. Stop acting like your kids are infants. Like your kids grown, man. They in high school.
Hey,
they
thanks,
play
Jordan.
What's up, Jordan?
I feel like Mike's kids be like, "We not."
That's one of my other holdbacks
outta
right here. I don't know if you can see.
Like freshmen, man. They like freshmen. They like 8th
That
graders.
one's starting to change too.
Yeah, like they're
It's
like
funny
2 or
how
something.
much they vary, even though they're all siblings from the same clutch. I have
There's a lot of
ones that are
variability.
peppered and
The
Harry.
camera here. I'll
Yeah,
take
man.
better pictures tomorrow.
Justin Velez really picked a the most reduced pattern one I have. It's probably the cleanest baby. It doesn't have any junk on it, and
Velez have
Well, you know, I say that I love all the heavy pattern ones, and I kept the heavy pattern ones, but I also kept the thinnest patterned one, and that's number 1. And so I kept that one too. I kept the most extreme on either side of the spectrum. The thinnest pattern and then the heaviest pattern. And that's just kind of how I do my holdbacks. And I just kind of pick what I like, what strikes me. And, you know, if you end up selling a snake that you wish you didn't, well, then that just means that you sold somebody a snake and they're real happy. They got something awesome. And that's just good business. It's just good. It's just good for you.
That's
You know,
that's how I see it.
That's the way I
It
look at
sucks
it.
for you, but it's good
the best
business.
one.
So, yeah, you know, if
No,
somebody
it
gets a
doesn't-
great
It
snake.
doesn't suck for you because they're not. Excuse my language. They're not fucking cheap.
No,
Right?
they're not.
So
No.
if somebody took the risk and trusted you and paid,
Right. Paid a bunch of money, and then they got lucky. They hit the luck. That's what it's all about. You know, you never know what they're going to change into. So, yeah,
guess what?
definitely.
I would say it depends on what you're trying to do with your program, though, man. If you
True. Yeah. I was
if
very
you are
salty that I let that high white go because I'm trying to like build up a high white thing. And yes.
Exactly. So if you breed to only produce and mass produce and sell, then yeah, cool. But if you breed and you really looking for characteristics to hold back for your next gen, your second, third gen, or 4th gen down the line, you thinking about your F2s and your F3s, yeah, you might have a little bit more foresight and thinking, all right, this first clutch and the second clutch, what was this and what was that? Because I might want to breed that, and you know, it's a completely different lane. So that's what I always say. Some people are in their lane. Some
you
people
guys
in their
know
lane where they want to produce and they want to sell and they all about that next buck.
You guys know that
they
that
want to
Instagram
and see the fruits of their labor pay off in their own hands, not just
right.
I'm gonna go get a baby to show y'all.
Do you guys follow Newport Exotics? Newport Exotics. He's got a bioactive setup he's got a snake he calls Kali. It's an Aru.
I don't think I follow him.
It's Newport Exotics. Give him a follow. He's got the bluest Aru snake I've ever seen, and it's like a really decent high white animal. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm trying to produce is like high white and blue, and that's kind of the 20-year goal.
Well, I'm
So-
gonna make a comment because
Like something like that, where if you gotta go,
You got to set it up. You got to plan ahead. You're thinking 20 years in the future. You gotta keep the stuff. Yeah.
well, that's not my plan. If the guy who bought the snake off me, he already paid for it. He's gonna come pick it up. But guess what? It's turned into exactly what I thought it was, and it definitely is going to be the best one out of the clutch. And I don't mind letting it go. I really don't.
No.
I picked the one that I liked.
I don't think you can really say it's turned exactly what you thought it was when it hasn't entered OCC yet. That's kind of hard to do.
It has. The entire pattern's turning blue. What are you talking about? The pattern's
How old
turning
is this
blue.
animal again?
5 months. Do you want me to
you
go
got-
get it?
Go
You
get
gotta
it, Chuck.
I'm
Go
just
get
saying
it.
You
when-
want me to go get it?
Travis getting
it's all over
snakes.
my
I'm getting
Instagram.
snakes. We're all getting
But I'm
snakes
saying
out.
like a
Let's
green-
go.
But to say a green tree, to look at a green tree at 5 months old and say it's a turn.
Oh, I'm about to flex on you guys right now.
That would be kind of foolish in my opinion. When the green trees, they don't stop changing to 3-4 years old.
This is my baby right here. This is
Yeah.
that insanity line. Optimus Prime Ocean from Socrates. Shout out to Socrates, the mentor. I know he wanted to be here in the chat tonight. He's gonna watch it tomorrow. He's got to sleep, But shout out to Socrates. That dude has had more influence on me in the hobby than anyone else. So shout out to Socrates. Love you, bro. Thank you for everything.
Shout out to him.
Yeah,
All
Soccer
right.
is a major influence. So I don't think I gotta get the lighting right. The nose bar is the first thing it's turning, and it's
I know it's right beginning OCC, but I'm saying like to have a snake that's not even an adult to say it's turning out to exactly what I thought it would be. It'd be kind of foolish. So.
no, but the pattern's turning blue, and it's still a yellow snake. So at some point, he's most likely gonna have a yellow snake that has a blue pattern.
It's gonna look like a co-file. Yeah,
Right, yeah, for a short period of time, it's gonna be
for a
neat.
short period. Yeah.
I mean, I told him, I was like, it's neat that the whole pattern comparing, it's not brown anymore. It's starting to go cloudy to the white color. What?
What's Trav got? You got the stripe one out, Trav?
This is one of the ones with one of the weirder patterns for a sarong from the rest of them.
I don't think it's gonna show up. I don't know why this light is so washed out.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
The pattern is different from the rest of them that had that triangles, because this one has bigger triangles.
That's a big animal there, Trav. How old is that?
Same age as the rest of them, 4 months. This one is an eater.
That's an eater. Yeah, that's
This
pretty
one's an
big.
eater. So I got this one. I brought 3 up to show y'all. So this one doesn't have the lines in between. But I like this one too. It doesn't have as many lines. This is more like the traditional sarong.
We're just a bunch of fucking chondro nerds. Look at us. We're
Yeah.
like, look at my snakes. Look at my snakes. I fucking
We are a
love it.
bunch of the fucking nerds.
I fucking love it, man.
Dude, they really do put on size, and you switch them over to those fuzzies though. I mean, shit. That's a decent sized snake for 5 months old.
I let go of all my big ones on Tuesday. I shipped them all out, or it was like last Tuesday. All my big animals I shipped out.
This is another one.
There you go. You can kind of see the blue coming on the nose now. Can you see it?
I can't really see it. You're gonna have to take some pictures tomorrow, Chuck. Take some
How
good
about that?
pictures.
Oh my God! It was right there. I thought you could kind of see it for a brief second. It was perfect.
So here, I want you to see the back of it.
Randy. I feel you. This is all I'm saying, Randy. That's
Yeah,
all.
I like that, dude. I'm a sucker for a stripe, Trav. Make some more of those. Make some more stripes. I'm trying to have a stripe clutch right now. My Sarong and Jayapura both have full stripes, and I've gotten a couple locks, but I'm not really hopeful. So we'll see what happens.
See if I can get it stretched out to show it to you. This is one that I told Keno about earlier, and he was just like, I don't know if I really
That's
like
my
it.
adult setup right there. You can see, like, I got the 6 big. Those are 50 quart.
I already got my numbers picked out, but go ahead.
50 quart tubs. That's how I keep a lot of my adults. And they're 79, 78.8 degrees right now.
Yeah, shout out to them tubs right there.
Shout out to the animal that's not a chondro.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
I don't know if you could catch a glimpse of that. There's the emerald in there.
He close to your hand, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
he was.
when Drew Russell come into the bar, then it might happen.
Yeah, you guys got Drew Russell coming on. Drew Russell's got some heat, man.
Well, Drew Russell got to come into the Chondro bar room, man.
Yeah, bring him on. Bring him on. Him and Keno with the Cyclops, you guys got to get together. Do a fucking collaboration.
I'm going to put these up because one of them trying to escape.
That's a smart move.
Yeah.
But nah, one thing that we always gonna do, man, is we always gonna shine the spotlight on people who in here first, because we feel like the people who come here either new or becoming gas, like you, Brian. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Man, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Yeah,
trying to do right by the community. You know, I took over one of the Green Tree Python Facebook groups recently. Steven Saltzman handed me over this group. It's got like 6K members. Now I'm admin now. You know, go ahead, post your shit. I'll fucking approve you right now. Let's go.
Man, we got so many members that got kicked out that group, man, for bullshit.
Got the insider. It's nothing special, really. I'm just blocking out all the spam and the porn that people try to post on the group. I'm just blocking it all out. That's all I'm doing.
It's like a lot of people from Far East posting pictures of rat traps and shit and all that.
Yeah. But it's cool. It's cool. I like the Facebook groups. I'm bigger on Instagram, but I like the Facebook groups. The Facebook is kind of what got me started and got me hooked on the chondros and everything. And so
are you forward to chondros going forward? I know you mentioned that you're doing you trying to do the stripe clutch with your next clutch, and also so you full to chondros. Also can you tell us about the damn, if you want to, the animal that you lost last year? Because that was a clutch that I was
man. Oh, dude, yeah. Let's talk about that.
I wanted one of them damn animals.
That was the female that I had paired with that striped male, and her name, called her Sweet Pea.
She had so much white on her, man.
She was a really white sarong, and she was big. She was like 6 feet long, 6.5 feet long. She was big, and I had those animals paired up, and what happened was I reached over and hit the light switch and turned the lights on, and she struck at my hand and smashed her whole face up on the inside of the tub. And after that happened, she like died like 24 hours later. It was like I went to work. I turned the lights on in the morning, went to work. By the next day, she was curled up in a ball, all twisted up on herself, you know. And it was fucking
so fucking stupid, man. Because my animal from Patrick, every time I do that, and she see a shadow, she hits the shadow.
Yeah, dude, it's
paper towel.
It's so scary. Yeah. Yeah, she smashed her face, and I could tell right away that she was having problems breathing. So I think she broke something like up in her upper jaw, right? Up in the nasal cavity. It broke something.
I love you, Chris.
She had teeth hanging out too, like some broken teeth. I had to pull some teeth out of her face, and she just spiraled downhill. 24 hours, she was done. It was fucking super sad, man. She's still in my freezer right now. It's fucking super sad.
That's how I was fortunate for the recovery of my mail.
Yeah,
I pulled 13 broken
bro,
teeth out of that snake.
I got 3 chondros in my freezer right now. It's. I mean, this game is not for the faint of heart.
17-6.
You're gonna breed chondros and you're gonna keep chondros. You're gonna lose chondros. Remember that.
Yeah.
Remember.
Hey, Chris, that's what we did it for, man. That's why we keep doing it, just so we all have a sense of community, and we love everybody that comes in here and fucks with us.
I'm gonna be honest, Chris. I don't even feel comfortable. I don't feel welcome right now.
All of these guys in the chat are guys
what's wrong with you?
that I be fucking with this entire time, like Marlon, Tucker. It's awesome. Mikey Marsh, all these dudes, Michael Majoros. It's
Marlon,
awesome. Yeah, Mark. Yeah. It's awesome. The community is what it's all about.
We got Noel, we got Randy P. We got some new people. We got people like KT Exotics who trying to get into it. It's just, I think we have a lot of fun with each other. And I think that's primarily it.
It should be
do this
fun.
if we wasn't having fun.
It should be fun. You drop a little bit of knowledge. Have some
One thing our
fun.
members do, they engage in it. They don't mind sharing our shit when they think it's funny. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to offend anybody. They're enjoying in the fuck shit, man. For real.
Those fucking little reels you guys make are fucking hilarious. Don't stop.
And Justin, we love you too, Justin.
Love you, Chris.
See, Chris, Chuck is getting some love from Chris. Chuck,
Mike's saying he's picking up 2 more from Sock next week. This dude is flexing on everyone right now. He's got more snakes from Sock than anybody I know. Super jealous. I'm waiting for my Chaos Shadow, Mike. I'm waiting. We're getting there. I'm working it. It's coming. I got number 56.
Chuck need a hug or something, man. Chuck need a hug, man. He need a hug from the wife or something. I don't know what's going on tonight.
Chuck,
man, look at Chuck's background. It's so perfect.
Are you talking about me?
Or you want us to pull together $80 so you can go to the Chinese massage parlor and get you a mouth hug? Is that going to be suitable?
Robert Kraft.
I don't have a very vanilla sex life with my wife. Like I'm pretty taken care of in that aspect.
Hey.
I'm taking care of too. I'm just not going to tell you about it.
You guys.
So what's new, Kino? You're keeping us. You told us to stay tuned. What are we staying tuned for? What's going on?
You gotta watch the story because it's happening tomorrow.
Got something dropping?
Tomorrow. It's happening tomorrow. I'm gonna drop something tomorrow.
All right. I'm gonna get some Cyclops off you once you have some, bro. I definitely want some.
The Cyclops. Let's see.
I want some Cyclops. I need some red Neo Cyclops up in my life, bro.
I got you, Brian. I'm working on it, man. You know the thing about the Cyclops. I'll be honest with you. I had one thing about it is when I picked out a lot of the babies. I told Travis about this, man. This is the thing with imports and shit. So I bought a lot of babies because nobody was really working with the
you got one
Cyclops.
coming from me, Chris.
And then the Cyclops person that I found, he was on some bullshit. So they turned out to be females. So now with me, I got a 5-year wait. So I went and got a couple males, and like we was talking about earlier with the import males. With the males, man, they are really hit or miss, man. It seemed like females, if you get them at the right time, the females are subadults, you can raise them up and you can clean them out.
Yeah. Import males are hard.
As subadults, man, the males is like you either get a real nice male in as an import or he's fucked up.
Yeah.
And you get one in that's not feed, and it's like I went through 3 males that was like, was really outstanding males, but shit, they wasn't sick or anything,
they couldn't acclimate. Yeah, they're wild caught or
yeah, and that's the thing.
I've had 3 import males die on me.
Yeah, and I'm picky with my Cyclops. I done had Cyclops that I raised up from a baby that was a red Neo, and it was just like the shit I want to produce is not what you're not good enough for it.
Yeah. Yeah. You got some nice white stuff. You got like in your Cyclops, your diamonds. You got white chunky diamonds, bro.
And it
Yeah.
took a long ass time to get that, man. The male I
Yeah.
wanted, my inspiration was Rico, and he had this nice ass male, and I was like, I'm gonna get that. And I was just seeing males come in. I'm like, nope, nah. You know what? Fuck it. I just keep getting my females fat. And I
Yeah.
finally to the point where I got 2 males that I think are bedrock males. And when I'm getting busy right now, and the other one, he should be getting busy this fall.
Nice. Nice.
So that's all I'm gonna say. But
I mean, like
I'm
as
definitely
far as
working on the Red Cyclops, man.
I mean, we're dependent on you, Keno. You and Drew are like the only 2
Shit,
guys.
put more pressure on me, huh?
It's the only you and Drew are the only 2 guys that got like really high quality Cyclops in the whole fucking country. You know?
I heard that, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely working on it. The look
Yeah.
I
Hell
wanted,
yeah.
I finally got it here, and all my females, and I got another one that's coming. So I think I'll get it. Trust me, I get it. Just wait on me. Be patient. I got
Yeah, we're waiting. I'm waiting. We're ready. I'm ready.
it.
All right, guys, we've
Let's
gone
get
over
those
time.
likes up in the chat.
We
29
have-
likes.
Hit that like button for
Hitting that
for
like.
And we're gonna share this.
I appreciate you guys having me on. This has been fun as hell.
Hey, we appreciate you. We're gonna share this.
I love it. I
I
love
want
it.
you, hey Brian, get off any shout outs, anything you want to say.
Yeah, the much love to Socrates and all the other people that I've met in this hobby. You guys, people like Harlan, Patrick, Bill, these guys paved the way for guys like us. So, shout out to them. Shout out to my girl for putting up with me and 50 snakes and shit, Shout out to the women, the wives and the girlfriends and shit. Shout out to them.
Yeah, that come and fuck up, the drawings to give away prizes and shit.
Yeah. And that's like the whole community, man. I've never been a part of a community that's like the Chondro community, man. It's just awesome. It's just awesome. I'm glad to be a part of it. And
changed it, man, because Brian, back in the day, it wasn't like this, man. It wasn't like this, man.
Right. Yeah.
And everything, like no.
I like it. No. We all going to Tinley, right? We all going to Tinley October.
Yeah, I should be there.
I'm going. I'll be there. I'm gonna get a room. I'm gonna do the Saturday and the Sunday. I'll be there Friday though. I don't know if I'm gonna get the
LRC?
VIP. The what?
I was trying to figure out who was LRC.
LRC. Brian with the. I don't know who the LRC is. I don't know who LRC is.
But this will do. All right, look, every Tuesday.
Thank you though. Jeb is fire. She's my fucking girl.
Hey,
I love her.
We appreciate all the support. I appreciate everybody that supports everybody here.
And this has been a success. Time. YouTube transfer complete, bro.
Yeah, we didn't have any issues.
The visual is amazing, man.
Yeah. Audio's good. Everything's good. It's fucking awesome. Thanks for having me on, guys.
We're glad. Keno and Chuck, you guys want to get anything off? I have nothing.
I got nothing, man. This is a great episode, man. Chondro Barroom, we are invading YouTube officially every Tuesday.
Invading the YouTube.
We successfully made the transformation over. We're going to keep doing this, man, because the quality was amazing, man. We should have been there, this, man.
Yeah, we should have been this a while ago.
You guys got to get some intro music. Get some intro music on the next one.
We're going to do all that, man. We're going to make
it happen, man. Hell yeah, cool.
Techniques, the pyrotechnics of the
pyrotechnics. Hell yeah.
We got fireworks now, bro.
Oh shit.
We're gonna start. It's gonna be like Harley in this.
Look at Chuck. He's got his arm across. He looks like he's about to go into the WWE.
Chuck, what's wrong, bro?
What do you mean? I'm just sitting here listening to you folks talk. What the hell? Can't I just fucking
I love your setup though. You put some thought into that whole with the cages and the TV, and you got yourself centered off center to the left like that. It looks good.
Got my little cabinet going. My buddy helped me build. Actually,
Hell
my buddy
yeah.
built it. I kind of just watched him and drank beer.
I'll flash
It,
you.
it
With some
looks
humidity.
good. It looks good. For sure.
Stay tuned
All right, y'all.
because I'm filling those fuckers up in a week and a half. So
Yeah, I see what you got coming. You got some nice stuff coming.
I do.
For
So you
sure.
gonna do your promo tour because you didn't get to do it in the beginning. You want to do it now?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right,
All
y'all.
So put my sunglasses on for the outro.
Shout out to
Hell
Muscle Truck.
yeah. Hey,
All right, man.
like Sock always says, be obsessed. Peace.
Y'all have a good night.
Later.
Love y'all.
All right.
Later.
On the beach.